I was wondering if y'all are going to join.
I was the first one to turn my camera on. Be a leader. Be a leader, Matt Rix.
I'm just fashionably late.
And you're on dial-up again.
Yeah, we know.
All right, we have some serious topics to talk about tonight, but a bunch of unoriginal men are going to take the upcoming Christmas holiday to be unoriginal because they don't know what to get their woman as a gift. So they said, hey, I'm going to throw you a ring and let's get engaged on Christmas Day. Right?
Yeah.
Which poses the question, when's a good time to meet the parents, John Clark? We're here to help our audience. We're here to help the audience out.
I met my wife's parents pretty early. And in fact, I think we did, the first time we met was around a holiday or something like that. So I didn't propose to her on Christmas, though. But
no, you proposed to her at a Dairy Queen.
No, I proposed to her in my kitchen. It was super romantic, y'all. But we were poor, so, it is what it is. But she stuck by me. I'm a success story.
Well, she ain't dead yet. No. All right. Cosmo, well, we're going to quote some Cosmopolitan here, says you should generally meet your partner's parents when you feel your relationship is established, you're comfortable with each other, and you both consider the relationship to be serious, which usually means waiting a few months into dating. Though the exact timing can vary depending on the couple and their personal circumstances. It goes on to say, level of commitment, don't introduce your partner to your parents unless you see a long-term future. Comfort level, ensure you and your partner are both comfortable with the idea of meeting each other's families. Openly discuss your thoughts and feelings about meeting the parents with your partner, and consider cultural norms and expectations regarding introduction to the family. Nate Miller, when did you meet your wife Bonnie's family?
Bonnie, right. So the night I was introduced to my future bride was after a college volleyball game that she just played in. Her folks were on the other side of the gym, and I was nervous enough as it is to just meet her. I did not go over and meet the parents. I want to say it was probably 6, maybe 8 weeks later when it was like an official introduction to Mr. and Mrs.
So let me ask you a question. You didn't feel weird that you were hitting on these people's daughter while she's in her volleyball shorts?
Yep. Wearing those shorty shorts.
I went to a Baptist university. I went to a Baptist college university. They didn't have no short volleyball girls. The volleyball team did not have the short, tight, stuff like that.
I watch Dr. Phil.
With these suckers, so that was the fall of 03, and we're talking.
Hey, it's okay, man. Listen, it's okay. No. It's okay.
I'm spitting facts here. So.
Well,
I know why I went to the volleyball games when I was in college.
The Baptist girls for
out there looking at that cake.
Where they were basically wearing like old school and one big wide leg shorts that were down below the knee, like something that I loved wearing when I was playing ball. Those girls were having to wear those. Now
it's not aerodynamic enough.
I will say. Some of my football brethren made sure that they were at every home volleyball game just to spy the other team's
See the visiting
uniform.
Team?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They went to the public school.
Y'all were a little scurvy pervy at the old Baptist college.
They went to the public school across the street.
Oh my word. We had
check the
such
women out?
a uniform, like I had to wear a tie to class.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What does that got to do with you being a
college I want to go to?
Hey, what does that got to do with you being a weirdo at your, at Bonnie's volleyball game when she was single, just trying to spike a ball?
I don't know.
Oogling
I'm
your
just
wife
telling you
in front of her parents.
The school that was very strict in appearance, and I couldn't have facial hair. So the moment I got out of there, this thing grew, and it's been there ever since. So, anyways, yes, day that I met the future Mrs. Maga Miller, her parents were on the other side of the gym. I did not go see her, but the official introduction was like 6 or 8 weeks later. I had been pining after future Mrs. Maga Miller for already like 6 weeks at that time, and just too chicken to go talk to her.
He probably nudged Daddy-O in the bleachers, not knowing who he was, and been like, "Hey, look at that girl out there on the court. That hottie, number 35." He looks at you and goes, "That's my daughter, you dummy, you dork."
Definitely
Shut
not.
up, dude.
He's like, I want to make babies with her.
Oh my word!
And I did.
Eventually,
So
I did.
how'd you get engaged? Tell us your engagement story. This should be
This
good.
is a good
MAGA,
one. This
a
is
MAGA
good-
Wisconsin engagement story. This is going to be ripe with buttless chaps and Dukes
No,
of
it was
Hazzard
downtown
music playing in
Chicago
the
where I
background.
proposed. We went downtown
They
Chicago.
went out on a frozen lake and caught a fish that had the ring in it. She had to gut it to find the
He
ring or
did
something
it.
like
He grabbed
that.
it with his hand into the Lake Michigan.
Yeah. We
noodling.
did that there ice fishing tournament there on the old frozen lake, and then we went to the fish fry, and I put it in the fish fry and fried her right up, and she had a bite in. No, so day we got engaged. We went to a Cubs Brewers game at Wrigley, where
Strike one.
No, strike one was right out the park for the Brewers. The Brewers killed the Cubs that day.
Yeah, because you went to Wrigley and you saw the Cubs play.
Well, it's still a lot better than
She should have. She should have said
Comiskey,
no.
Old Comiskey, or whatever. It's the fifth, third loser, dumb, whatever it is on the south side. Anyways,
Get
so we
to
did
the
that.
point. Come on.
Then we went over to, what is it, Sears Tower? I don't know what the name of it is now, anyways. But so I'm trying to. So I was going to propose up on the viewing deck and everything like that. Except the ring goes off in the metal detector. And I'm like, this is not good. This is not where I want
You
to
didn't
do
plan
it.
for. You didn't plan for a metal detector.
No, I didn't plan for the metal detector. I thought it would be small enough that it
Okay,
wouldn't go off.
you know
in
what?
the-
Hold up. Public
What?
service announcement to our audience. If you're going to try to get engaged like Nate Miller is, just do it on Christmas morning. Just do it on Christmas morning, all right? Continue.
So anyways, this is awesome.
Sounds it.
I'm like freaking out because it's in my pocket. I get wanded and it's like right there. So I just grab my wallet out of my pocket and give it to my future wife. And I said, here, just go buy tickets right over there. So she's like, this is weird. So she turns around, and as soon as she turns around, I motion to the security guard. I'm like, it's the engagement ring. And so he pulls me right over there. He goes, son, you should have let us know beforehand that this was going to be
Right.
happening. So this would. I'm like, well, thanks.
You should have planned
Thanks.
ahead.
So, anyways, we go up to the observation deck, and she's like, "Why can I hear your heart beating right through your chest?" She goes, "Are you really that afraid of the heights?" Because I'm not afraid.
No,
of,
I want to touch your booty.
No, I'm not a fan of heights. But then I'm like, oh yeah, it's just because we're going up so high. So finally, I found one of the corners, and no one was there. And I honestly, I kind of forget what I said, but I got down on the whole one knee and opened up the ring box and gave her the ring, and she said yes. And then we went over to Ditka's for an awesome dinner, and then
Oh
went
my
back
gosh,
to my
dude,
parents'
you're like-
place.
You're so cosplaying a Chicagoan, man. You're like, we went to the Sears Tower, went to Ditka, went to a Cubs game.
I'm
I
from
mean,
the far
I hear-
north side. That was before I officially moved full-time into Wisconsin.
I know John Clark well enough, so
Yep.
I'm going to help tell this story about his
Okay.
engagement. Okay?
Okay.
How
Let's
long
see if you
after
get it
you were
right.
married did you? Hey, how long after you were married did you meet her mom? You meet your wife's parents.
Oh, I met him. I met him before.
Anyway,
There was
John
some
Clark-
pause.
yeah, I'm sure there
Listen,
was.
Hey, listen, Papa Dan, you're the man. You know you are. So it ain't about you, dude. You're my boy. Continue.
John Clark was he was making a green bean casserole.
Okay.
And they were doing the dishes, and his lovely, lovely wife, Karen, said, I'm bringing that back. Tell her, okay? I'm bringing that back, John Clark.
She is gonna hate you.
Oh no.
Nurse
You ain't
Karen.
getting anything for Christmas now.
Ah, dude, I was asked once, what are you getting John Clark for Christmas? And I was like, I'm going to shake his hand and say Merry Christmas. Like, that's what I'm giving him for Christmas. But anyways, he was making a green bean casserole. And the little tie on the buns, the hamburger buns, keep the freshness locked in, was just happened to be the ring size. And he looked at her and said, you wanna? And she said, why not? And that's the story of how John and Karen got engaged.
So,
Nailed
believe
it.
it or not, she was doing the dishes.
Hey, we're just here to help you guys. For you, our audience, male-wise, 99%.
Yeah,
Y'all,
it really is.
y'all have made really bad choices in life, and you're probably like, I don't know what to get my girl, so I'm gonna propose on Christmas Day. You could do better than both of these guys. Let's just say that. You could do better than both of these guys. So I guess go ahead and do it on Christmas Day. Because when did you do it, John Clark? It's Valentine's Day, right?
No, it was actually the day before Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So
Oh, yeah, you had to have the ring for the Valentine's Day picture.
Bro, we did. It was like 3 days before Valentine's Day that we got engaged, I think. And then we actually we were just like, screw it. We don't need a wedding. Eloped. 3 days later, we were married.
That's love.
Wow.
Maga Miller got married on. Hey, Maga Miller got married. He got engaged on Walter Payton's birthday.